The Eyes of Wakanda is upon us. Ty, it sounds like you got a chance to see some of it. Am I correct? You saw the first episode. Now we're gonna do spoil free for the first bit. So for those who haven't had a chance to see it, because we know it did just come out last night, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of spoil free. And Ty, I know you had an opportunity to see at least a little bit of this, right? If you could at least, we spoke earlier about your feelings. We don't necessarily have to give away anything significant, especially since I think you only saw the first episode. So
Absolutely.
if you don't mind, man, just kind of fill us in. Let us know if you think it's what you saw thus far is intriguing enough to continue on the journey, or if you think maybe I don't know, it's abandonable, they're not doing it right. Just what are your thoughts, man? What's going on?
Oh man, first episode, bro. Like I was excited. I stayed up late last night to watch it just so I could come in and talk about my excitement and my passion towards this series. I this first episode was definitely the type of episode that I was hoping for the Eyes of Wakanda. It was action packed. It was thrilling. There was moments in it where you're like so it for me that when it comes to an animated series, you want it to grip you immediately because you know how we're grown-ups, man. Like let's be honest, cartoons are cartoons. So when it comes down to this one, I think off just based off the first episode, I would say they hit it right on the head.
Oh man, I mean, you saying this after the first episode?
Yes.
And I mean, what is it about it without, like I said, if you could, without giving it completely away? Because I could say for me, the animation style is pretty legit. The acting, voices, the roles, the storyline, pretty legit. What about you? What stands out to you?
Well, you just mentioned it. The animation style. Let's take a second to step back for this. When I saw this animation style, you know what I was reminded of immediately? Blue-eyed samurai.
Oh,
This,
okay.
yeah, this is the same to me. I think this is very much similar to the animation style of Blue-eyed Samurai. And we all know how good Blue-eyed Samurai was.
Right.
So if that tells you what the answers your question, the animation style clearly is top tier. I did have a little bit of a little their heads, the way their heads were shaped a little bit. I was just like it threw me off a little bit, just a little bit, like because they're it. I don't know, man. Like the way that the heads were shaped were kind of like it was given alien, like just the just because like there was a moment in the first episode where the Dora Milaje are like talking to well, not talking to, but they bring in a certain person, and when they bring in that person, they're just standing there, holding their staffs. And I just couldn't. I fixated on their heads for one moment. I was like, why are their heads shaped like that? Like, what's going on with the heads? But outside of that, that's just like that's a small
Dang.
thing.
As
So,
a member of the big head delegation, I feel a type of way.
Yeah, he coming for you, Nali.
I felt it. I felt it all up in my dome piece, in my 5 head. I felt it. Dang.
Not the 5 head.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and refer over here to the section. What's going on, Fernando? What's going on, Gothic Chica? Yeah, man, appreciate these folks. These are Anthony's folks. We appreciate them showing us some love. What's going on, Linda? Linda, you know what that means in Spanish? And Oli Morale, yeah, good for y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. YouTube, if you're not on the YouTube, is where to be. Because I see you over here, IG, y'all are in the room, but I can't follow both of these screens at the same time. I see you too, Kiki. You supposed to be getting ready for volleyball. What's going on? But I will say this: I've watched all 4 episodes at this point, and this was a well-deserved. It's a great story in each of these. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm very interested to hear what Ty says after he watches all of it, because after the first episode, it takes a turn, and it's not a dark turn, but it takes an interesting turn. Just to kind of give you a little bit, Now, this isn't spoils. This is more plot based. The Eyes of Wakanda is based on the Wakandan folks that not necessarily end up having to stay in Wakanda. And one of the reasons why it's not necessarily a spoiler in this particular instance, me saying, is because we saw these folks, at least in one instance, in the theatrical version of Black Panther, as King T'Chaka ventured outside of Wakanda to find his brother, who ended up being the father of Killmonger. So this is something that ties in with the theatrical version. Now, as for some of the storylines we get, I ain't gonna lie, we might have been able to do without. But I will refrain. I will pause on that sentiment for the time being. Although, if you did watch it, then I say stick around till the end, where once we maybe lose a panelist or so, I may be a little bit more forthright with regard to exactly what it is that I'm talking about. However, one thing you're not going to get me to say is that this isn't worth watching. It's definitely dope. You need to invest in all 4 episodes. Some easy complaints at the outset are, like Nolly said, what was your thing? What did you say about it, Nolly? Like, I know you didn't watch it, but why is it only what?
Why is it only 4 episodes? And if it's only 4 episodes, why are they not movie length? Like,
right.
Why?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I bet Vision is gonna have like 6 to 7 episodes. Like,
yeah. Yeah, and well, I'll say this. I would much rather have seen more episodes. I also would have. Let me say this. For those that are looking for the Eyes of Wakanda to kind of give you an eye into Wakanda, that's not what it's gonna do. Okay, so let me just gotta squander that right now. This is not about Wakanda. Let me just say that. All right.
I mean, it's all in the name. It's all in the name of the show.
Yeah.
The eyes of Wakanda are just what it says. It's the eyes of Wakanda. So if I'm from Wakanda and I have eyes and I'm not in Wakanda, that's right. What
I seen it for Wakanda.
Eyes of Wakanda. Eyes of Wakanda means we can see everywhere as long as you're from Wakanda and you have eyes and you travel outside of Wakanda.
Not Wakandan hell divers, but I feel like that's very accurate.
It is.
It is not no Wakandan hell divers. That is hilarious though, Tafari. Tafari, you're in this too. I don't know if you've seen it already, but yeah, Tafari, you're very well featured in this. If you haven't seen it already, I'll let you go ahead and wait till the episode in which you make your debut. But yeah, you're very much involved in this, my friend. So the plot, not to give away what happens, but what they here's what you should know. Winnie Harlow, of model fame, right? We know. Am I saying her name right? It's Winnie Harlow,
yeah,
right? Winnie Harlow, if I'm not mistaken, is the voice of Noni, who is in the first episode. As for what happens in that episode, you gotta watch to find out. But it's very interesting. Here's one thing that we have to address, though. All right. If you have a Black show or movie or cinematic production where there's an all-Black cast, if it's in a superhero realm, if it does not have a white villain, then that means it'll probably have a Black villain. And which means you're probably, going to see some negative aspects of Black people. And when that happens, don't curse out the movie for it, because frankly, that's what movies are about, right? Villains and heroes. So, I don't think that in every Black movie, you're always going to find a Mr. Big, so to speak, like that villainous white guy who everybody can blame everything on. Sometimes that person looks like us and it's uncomfortable when that happens. But sometimes those are real things. Remember Idi Amin, over in West Africa and some of the atrocities, although he did, rise to the rank of king. I mean, he used it to carry out violence against his lovers and shit like that. And I'm not trying to paint all Black folks. I'm just saying, like, listen, you hear all skin folk and kinfolk. When you watch a movie, don't necessarily think, all right, well, listen, everybody black is going to always represent everything that's benevolent. There's some characters in this that you're like, what the hell is you know what kind of message is this you sending? But it does all come full circle. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little mad that we didn't all watch it.
I mean, it just
I didn't
came
know.
out.
I didn't
was
even know
out
it
all
came out.
because they
for real?
moved
You
it
know?
up. They didn't announce that they moved it up. They moved it up 3 weeks and was like, by the way, it's going to drop next week.
What?
No
Look,
warning. No nothing.
How does that help it? How does that help?
It doesn't. I really feel like Marvel just does not give a fuck, and like Kevin Feige is just looking for an excuse to be like, this is why these projects don't work. Like he was out here ragging on Captain America: Brave New World, saying that it suffered because it didn't have Chris Evans. No, bitch, it suffered because y'all half-ass shit. You don't promote shit. And then expect everyone to eat shit up like we have been for years because you guys had no competition. And y'all was like, well, we're the only ones giving them superhero movies that are decent, so they'll eat this shit up. We're tired. We are fatigued from laziness, not from superheroes, from laziness. And so for you to be out here in these streets saying that Captain America didn't do good because it had no Chris Evans, be fucking for real. Like Deadpool wasn't great because it had Chris Evans. Like I like that white man, but he's not the Messiah. Like we'll be alright. It would have been better if y'all didn't half-ass shit and wrote better. I still enjoyed it. It did great in the box office for what it was.
And this is the same man that was singing. This is the same man that was singing the praise of Thunderbolts too, right?
But look at the cast of Thunderbolts. They passed the paper brown bag test.
I'll let you say it. You said it, not me. Go ahead, Ty. What's going on, fam?
I was just gonna say, this is all new news to me, and now that I know that, and listening to Nolly, so basically, what you're saying is that he makes black productions out of obligation.
Yes,
So
I feel like it's a here damn. It's a here damn. It's not.
Wow.
It's like him. Like it just. He doesn't give as much to projects that are black led or even female led. Like, let's be fucking real. Like, yes, Marvel's should have probably been delayed because of when it came out, because it came out right as soon as the strike ended. So there was no promotion because throughout the whole strike, they couldn't do that. Should have delayed it to ramp up some promotion and shit like that so that people in the theaters could go. But then also they don't do nothing to defend anything when people start talking shit just because it's led by women, and it doesn't make sense to me. But they'll have everyone come out their ass and defend Chris Pratt for being a piece of shit, which he is. But Chris Pratt is, oh no, the poor white man, defend him. But when it's shit that matters, like even now, people watch Marvels on Disney Plus and they're like, oh, I can't believe I was ragging on it. It's so good. See, you was ragging on something you ain't see. Like, be so for real. Be so for real.
Yeah.
And because Marvel and Disney don't do justice. And yeah, we're getting the content, but I don't want to get half-assed content. I don't want to get content just to like appease me while they buy time for something else, Like I want effort. Like, does he not see how we showed up and showed out? Like people were renting out entire theaters to watch Black Panther. Entire theaters. That should have been enough to say representation fucking matters and will give you money. Because how high is Black Panther's income towards the whole Marvel lineup? It is up there. It is like one of the top movies in terms of revenue for Marvel Disney.
It was.
Yeah.
It was the top. It was the top
for a hot minute. And so the fact that you can half-ass everything after that is wild to me. Like, y'all don't like money, you just like spending money. You like bleeding money, but you don't like making money, which is wild.
Yeah, and you know how, I mean, I've seen you and Nolly specifically go into some of the comments and re-enlighten them about the success of Black Panther versus the success of movies like Spider-Man and other things like that. So why is it that we seem to get like, can you imagine, all right, if we all had a play, we were all in a play that Anthony wrote, and the play was debuting August 24th. And we was out there telling our friends August 24th. And then they was like, you know what? We're gonna make it August 3rd. You think anybody gonna show up to that shit? Like it's not gonna work. It's like when I'm already expecting August 24th, when you tell me August 3rd, I'm like, God damn, like I wasn't ready for that. Like, now I know I'm talking about streaming, which is a different concept. But at the same time, like to push something forward, like I've never seen that done before.
Wild to me.
I don't think I've ever seen that done before.
I would have understood
lady.
if they pushed it back. But pushing it forward with no warning, no nothing, like, oh, by the way, next week.
Come on.
Why?
I honestly just think they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Like I don't think it's with Marvel and with Kevin Feige and with certain executives, I honestly just think they just don't know what they're doing, right? Like they kind of dip their toe into Black culture, and like sometimes it works and sometimes they don't, but they don't really know why. They don't really get it. They're not really connecting with it. And they have like people in their circle that sometimes help. They had Nate Moore, who was there, and he was able to bring about Black Panther. Don't forget, Kevin Feige didn't have to do Black Panther. He had to fight to get Black Panther made because Ike Perlmutter didn't want to get it made. He didn't believe in Black-led or women-led movies. And Kevin Feige had to go through this whole process to not have to report to Ike Perlmutter so that this movie could get made. So, like, I don't think he's doing it because he doesn't care. I just think he just really doesn't know how to navigate this space. So when Captain America comes out, we had this conversation. Is this a Black movie or is this a superhero movie that happens to be Black? And I don't think that distinction is really easy for them to identify or identify which characters are really the ones that we would attract to as a Black culture.
That's a good point because and let me if it's okay with everybody real quick, let me bring in the one and only Lady of Mandalore. What's going on, Miss Lady Mando? What it
Good
do?
morning. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing out there? Oh, Lord. Hi. Good morning. I'm absolutely not surprised. Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late.
We always got to have you. So yeah, we were chatting on Eyes of Wakanda. We didn't get a chance to ask if you even had a chance to see it. Did you get a chance?
Oh, yes. Oh, no, I ate that up and no crumbs. No crumbs were left.
No crumbs. Okay, cool. So all 4 episodes. So it's me and you alone. What say you? Now we've been doing spoil free all morning until at least the latter half of the show, so we can give some folks who haven't had an opportunity to see it yet an opportunity. But spoiler free if you can. Just your impressions thus far. Like it, not like it, improvements, recommendations, so on and so forth. What say you, lady?
So first of all, if you don't like this miniseries, you're anti-Black, and I don't want to hear it. This first of all, shouts to Mark Bernardin, because the at least 2 episodes that he wrote, no notes, very little to no notes. I want more imaginative properties like this. I like stuff that kind of bends mythology and history. This thing, that right there, that was peak. I really like the way that he massaged things in that legend. Episode 3, I love me some mixing of characters. I really liked it. I don't understand why this was only 4 episodes. If it's only because of time, or actually, you know what? Maybe it did only need to be 4. I think if they made more, it would have been too much. I think these 4 are good. I do want more stories like this. But I think they were smart to say, all right, we don't need to overload this. We don't need to overpack this, because if we make this story too big or too long, things are going to get lost in the shuffle. So I rescind my thoughts. And I think this was a perfect 4, a fantastic, if you will. Yeah, really, really liked it. Really liked it. This is, I think, one of their better. They're getting a little consistent on me.
Marvel about to pack a spend the night bag.
I don't know. Maybe they accidentally left a toothbrush. I woke up late, forgot to like kick them out. The puddles were good. Marvel might be
Marvel
on
got a
something.
pair of shorts in your pajama drawer?
No, oh, absolutely not. Oh, absolutely
Okay,
not.
I'm just
No.
asking. I was just
Take your
asking.
funky drawers with you. A
Ooh.
toothbrush, maybe because whatever, but no, you can't stay over like that.
Damn.
That I think those are my only. Oh, I wanted to talk about this whole them pushing this shit up because I have thoughts.
Okay, cool. Because we was just talking about that.
This outside, what is it? The next project is what? Wonder Man. Where's the promo?
Yes.
Again, how do we
got one
have
trailer.
promo for Spider-Man a year out from this? And we have no promo for the last 3 Black led projects. None. That's insane. That's wild. They on top of that, where are the next Black projects? Where are they coming from? This is it. After Wonder Man, crickets. Nothing. We have been condensed into a 3-4 months out of the next phase. I'm annoyed. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if it's because of a particular orange person that is like, if you continue to do DEI type of stuff, which it's fucking cartoons, my guy. It's a miniseries. Anyway, I'm gonna shut, actually, since that was already a threat, I'll shut Disney World down. Like it's giving weird. It's giving weird.
It's very weird, especially since rumors, and like the rumors are from like credible Marvel sources, that Anthony Mackie is not going to lead the Avengers in Doomsday, which is wild to me because Captain has always kind of been the helm of the Avengers. So it would be weird to me that they're implying that Reed Richards is going to lead the group. And I love me Papi Pascal, but like
Anthony
Mackie's right there. You just got here. Like, that's like joining the cheerleading squad and expecting to be captain your first year. Like that, it don't work that way. You gotta work for that shit.
If I can jump in real quick. Well, first, Ty, I know you had your hand up earlier. Did you preserve that thought, or did
it was literally Lady Mandalore took the words right out my mouth, because that's the same feeling that I had, like in regards to one of the biggest complaints that we had for a very long time was with DC was that they did a lot of self-sabotaging. And this feels a lot like self-sabotage. Like when you are Kevin Feige, who is the head of this snake, and then we kind of, and there's no shot at you, but we kind of give him a little bit of a pass in terms of him not knowing. We say, oh, he's a little ignorant to the culture and how to represent the culture, but that's bullshit, if I'm being frank, because the whole purpose of a business is running a business like a business. And if you are a person who is not aware or educated or conscious of a thing, then you go out and you hire someone who is, and then you have them responsible for those things. It's called delegation. That is what anybody would do in terms of a chain of command. And so the idea that the marketing aspect of this is, we'll boost this up, or we won't do any advertisement for this. That's fucking crazy. And more importantly, I feel like it's intentional. So when you start doing it, especially when you do it on the last 3 Black led projects, and think that we're not gonna open, we're just gonna be so caught up by the new material that we're just gonna glaze over the fact that you keep doing this shit to us. Nah, that's not I'm not okay with it. I won't give Kevin Feige a pass, just like I didn't give DC a pass when they was doing it. And I think at this point, I think what you said, Lady Mandalore, holds true. I think if you look at the shift happened when the Orange Man showed up. When the Orange Man showed up and said, "Hey, off with the heads of all these DEI projects," then all of a sudden Disney now is not the quote unquote woke Disney that people were complaining about them being when they were doing these black-led projects. Now all of a sudden Disney is just tossing shit out there and being like, "Oh yeah, I hope it's okay." Not really, but you know,
I'm very curious. I haven't heard any rhetoric or complaints, name calling, any kind of negativity about this. None, which is extremely weird. I would at least think somebody would be up on the N-words, calling this woke, whatever, especially with the Greek Roman portion of this. And the very light suggestive relationship between two of those characters. Very light suggestive relationship between two of the characters.
Light.
If you don't have media literacy, if you don't have critical thinking skills, if you don't want to go below the surface of what people are just the words coming out of people's mouths, it's very light. I know what the fuck was going on. I'm gonna let you know.
When you see the cues, you're like,
I'm like,
and I'm gonna keep it real. For me, lady, if I could, like, this is gonna be a very cryptic conversation here, everybody. So just kind of read through the lines. I have no problem with that element of it.
Not at all.
What I mean, for it to be with that person was my issue. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we going by this dude? Like, there's so many other stories. You know, I mean, I don't know. For me, I was just like, why are we like we want to be immersed in the continent of Africa, and we're in Greece. We're in like what? You know, and I get it. That's the concept of Eyes. But it was also kind of took me out of the element of like, oh, this ain't what it was this episode that made me say, oh, okay, so this isn't what I thought it was going to be. I don't mind it. I'm not against it, but I was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's what this is.
I think this leaves the door open for Wakanda to be outside of Wakanda. I think this allows people to say, oh, I never would have thought, especially with in Captain America Brave New World, there was a secret age. I don't know what the fuck that is. I hate it when it does it every goddamn time. I think there was the implication that there was a war dog, or supposed to be a war dog in, oh yeah, you can do all those things. Don't see, look, you're gonna fuck with my ADD, man. Come on, don't do that, because I'll start doing the
all right, let me move. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
It's I'm okay with it because it allows the door to stay open. Because as much as we're not supposed to be around in these fantastical type of worlds, it at least it lets the tokens in. I hate it here.
No, it's true. It's true. I also feel like it's kind of accurate to our history a bit, because we do end up having to go everywhere else to get back what's ours. Like, the best museums with our history are across Europe and not in Africa and not in like densely Black populated places. It's everywhere else but where they're supposed to be. So it makes sense for them to go other places.
Fair. And again, it's not that I was mad at it, but it did just kind of take me like, oh, yeah, okay, this isn't what I expected, but you know, I'm here for it to an extent. All right, look, ladies, stick around. All right, we're gonna save this for like the last 30 minutes. We're gonna come back because I already know me, and I know and it's a good thing.
Yeah, just get into spoilers. I can take this off.
Yeah, seen it. We would have been talking about it. So let me just go ahead and just say, put a pin in it for right now, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and chat some other things, and we'll get back to the Eyes of Wakanda. We're gonna get back to the Eyes of Wakanda a little later. Yo, I love that little sound, bro. That shit's hot.